let's get into
which one?
The project, because that's kind of what we've been talking about the last 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. So
generally, so what is the project?
So the project is a 75-hour fully immersive course, which is held in Chino Hills, California. We run roughly 4 classes a year. This year, we're running one in February, April, June, and October.
February's full.
February's full. Yeah. February's full. Pretty much almost all the classes are full. Just, we make room because it depends on the situation. Myself and Steve, the Maniac Marine, we are the 2 gentlemen that we're not salesmen. I don't sell anybody. I'm a salesman, and I interview people. When people get on, they think they're interviewing me. I'm interviewing them. I will turn people down that have the money, and it's not a cheap course. It is, I'll be honest, it's $10,000 for a veteran or first responder. It is $12,000 for a civilian. And people go, why the fuck are you paying so much money for that? For 75 hours. It's not for the 75 hours. It's for what happens if you graduate the project. And let's make no mistake about it. You only have a 60% chance of making it. But if you train hard and we give you a training program, we give you weekly check-ins.
And if you quit, there's no refunds.
Well, if you get injured, the difference between injured and hurt is simply this. If it's injured, it's legit. Yeah. If you're hurt, it's your ego, attitude, or your feelings, right? When men start dealing with discomfort, I know the difference.
So do I.
You do. And if you get injured, you get and you're a good dude. You have a good hall rep, right? Like in our past, we will let you come back free of charge. If you quit, you ring the bell 3 times. My bell. 1 for yourself, 1 for your team, and 1 for everything else in your life, because quitting is the most contagious thing I hear that there is.
And people do it.
Because people think just because they pay the money, they're entitled to just get that's not it. Like I said, putting in the money just shows me that you've got 10 or 12,000 reasons that you're fucked up and you've realized it, that you have to show up.
Right.
What we do is, once you graduate, we're then going to put you in, we have a private Facebook group page, which is a hub, where you're going to meet your 109 brothers. And no matter what you do is you get in there and you're going to explain your superpowers. Like, hey, this is Ray Cash Care. I'm 49 years old. I live here. Phone number, address, email. This is my wife. This is my son. This is pretty much a bio of me. Gentlemen, this is my superpower. And whatever you're fucking good at, we want to know. How can you help us? How can you be a mentor? But, here's my kryptonite. Here's my weakness. This is what I need to be mentored at. Lay it out there. Lay it out on the line. And the men what you can mentor, that's the growth. You create growth, but there's also going to be pain. All men have dealt with pain and growth. All of us. If you sit here and tell me you've never dealt with any type of physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual, financial, or sexual, which most men in America are 4 out of the 7, then man, let me tell you what, I'll pay you, teach me. But what happens is in that hub is the more vulnerable you are with each sector of that, within your group, men are going to be drawn to you, right? And this is what I love about Bedros. Bedros is like, we'll teach you how to make a lot of fucking money, but you can't just have your dessert. You've got to put in the work, right? You've got to make it. So we're going to focus on the physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual. Then you notice the financials last. Money's last.
Yeah.
You have to focus on you first. And
because
that's
your foundation needs to be built.
Because that's the thing. Like Bedros says, don't tell me how to fix something if you're fucked up. Yes, sir. Like if you got your shit squared away, yes. Like when I want to learn how to make money, yes. And what we're going to do is we are a brotherhood of men who are there for each other, and we have no hidden agenda. If someone needs us, we're there. A guy yesterday called me when I was having dinner last night. I need to talk to you about something. I stopped everything I was doing. How can I help you, brother? And the one thing that we teach there, just like we do in the Squire thing, is number 1, it's okay for a man to be vulnerable. Number 2, it's okay for a man to fucking cry. And number 3, it's okay for a man to say he loves somebody, another man, if you believe in him. That was the hardest thing I had to deal with, because I was always taught men don't do that shit. I was fucking taught wrong.
Right.
And what we're going to do is we are there for you for the rest of your life. That's why I have that crest tattooed on me. And we're making a difference. Like everything I do is we're making a difference one human at a time. So that's the project. Next, we have, do you want to go to squad?
But to really, really dive into the project, I mean, we're talking about.
Oh, you want me to get dirty with it? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So the project, this is what I offer. I offer money back guarantees. So number 1, in my course, you're going to be wet, cold, tired, and hungry.
Yeah.
Number 2, this will be collectively the most physically, mentally, and emotionally challenging course you're ever going to attend. And for that, you're welcome. And third, you're going to give me 3 things that this country was founded on. Blood, you're going to bleed. Sweat, you're going to fucking sweat physically, mentally, and emotionally. Like, perfect example, I'm going to put you in an ice bath that's 31.5 degrees. How long? As long as it takes. I am mentally and emotionally going to sweat you out, meaning physically it's easy to sweat you, right? Just heat you up. But when you're in that water, sleep deprivation, you know how long you're going to be in it. Your mind is fucking playing tricks on you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to break that. That's my gift. And then there's going to be tears. And this is what men need to understand. If you become, because this is what men do, all men in life. You're a structure. Right? This is you. And what men do is through time, they build up these walls, right? You're very selective who you let in. Maybe you don't let anybody in, but guess what? You also have people that are inside. Now, sometimes you can implode. And what we do, what Steve and I do, because that's our role, is we come in physically, mentally, emotionally, and we break down those barriers that you have, creating this vulnerable male.
We strip away all.
We strip away
the
everything.
Bravado and all.
And that's what's. And when you go through these camps, and buds, and we're doing the same thing. We're breaking you down to the bare essential of a man. You're just this pretty much a child. You're back to being a child, this naked child. And what we're going to do is the family, fitness, finances, and faith. We're going to rebuild you back up by creating teamwork, problem solving, leadership, and communication in your business field, by dealing with the team, trust, effort, attitude, mission. And what we're going to do is, because here's the thing, right? You have beautiful house, beautiful beach house. Let's use the beach house, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful beach house you have. That thing can be as beautiful as you want, but if the foundation is weak, what's going to happen to that house?
Gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's going to fucking crumble.
Yep.
There's no difference between that and a human being. So, and the problem is what people don't understand is the shell of you, man. You look great. You're in shape, big dude, good looking. Hey, but I don't know what's going on with the foundation, which is the internal. And most men are fucking suffering in silence.
Yeah.
And and society has told them, you can't talk about that. That's wrong. That's taboo. No, it's not. What you need to do is get around men who understand that.
Or if that for some reason, if you do, you're not a strong.
You're not a strong man. You're weak. Yeah.
You're a weak
but
man.
Real strength comes from discomfort.
Yep.
Like when you're when you're expressing like fears, frustrations, doubts, maybe issues that you're having with loved ones. To like if I'm having, like if I had that problem and we're talking, we're not recording that shit.
Yeah.
That's not a fucking Instagram thing. That's 2 men fucking talking and trying to create, right? There's problem makers and problem solvers. What we do at the project is we teach men how to be problem fucking solvers, because a lot of people they just create problems.
Yeah.
And they don't need to. A lot of the
they're trying to fill that void, and they're trying to, they're creating problems because, either they're lost or they're not fulfilled. Yep. And it comes out in the most negative ways. It does. But that's the reason. That's what I wanted to really kind of strip away, because people see the ads for Project. Yeah. They see the videos that we post.
And they couldn't be farther from the truth. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, and it looks like, I'm going to go pay this money. I'm going to have Ray beat my ass for 75 hours, and then I'm going to go home, and that's it.
No.
That's
what they're seeing is that it's a process like anything else. In order to, the thing is, in 75 hours, we have to be extreme by breaking you down physically, mentally, emotionally, so that we can get to the core of the issue.
The actual, what the project really is.
Yes. And that is redefining and rebuilding and restructuring a man from the internal to the external. Teaching a man that it's okay to be vulnerable. Teaching a man that, most men, just so you know, are fucking selfish. Yeah. We're selfish as fuck. And you need to, and there's certain things that you need to be selfish with. Like, and I'm going to go on to this. Like the one thing B told me, right? Your why. Like B asked me, and this is, oh God, I love this, because I get on the phone with everybody and I argue with each one of them. I'll tell a guy and I'm like, what do you want to be? I want to be a better husband, a better father, a better entrepreneur, a better this, a better that. Got it. What's your why? My wife and my kids. Okay. I know you love your wife and kids, so I'm watching what I say here. So this is what I'll say to him. So shouldn't your why be you? What do you mean? How can your wife and your kids be your why if you need to be a better version of you to be a better version for them? And people don't get it. So here's what I'm saying. If you want to be better at being a husband and a father and an entrepreneur, I'm not telling you to lower the standards of your family, What we're doing is teaching you how to raise the standards of yourself.
Well, it's like what he says about, if you're a level 6, level 5, 6 communicator, you're never going to lead 9 and
7, 9 and 10s. No. So what we're doing is we're going to make you a 9 and 10 of you so that you can be the 9 and 10 or whatever. It all starts from you. That's what men don't understand. Yeah. Like if you want to make money, you've got to educate yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to be a better version of you. I am selfish with my why, but I'm selfless when it comes to my family. Mm-hmm. That's what people need to understand. Most men are selfish and they're just selfish. Like I do things now for my family. I do things for other people. The more you, like I said, and I've started coming into more money. Best lesson I learned from Bedros in the project is the more you make, I was like, the more you take, Bedros just literally smacked me. He's like, are you insane? The more you make, the more you give.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this right now, giving back feels fucking good. Like, giving to Shriners, and my wife's mother died of breast cancer, doing, it makes me feel good. And
if you don't have that shit figured out, and if you're not making money, you can't help nobody.
You can't help nobody.
You can't even freaking help yourself.
I was just going to that's what the problem with most people are. Is they're so bitter because they're not where they want to be. And the first thing I tell guys is, if you're not where you want to be right now in your life, I blame you. Now, you can take action, right? Ask what's the problem, make a decision, and take action. That's decision making. And most men are like, I don't have that kind of money. Okay, let's break it down. How much money do you spend on fast food? How much money do you spend on this? I break that down. Yeah. And men,
how many internet subscriptions do you have?
Get mad at me.
Yeah.
They're like, that's fucked up. Is it? Or are you guilty like I was, and then realize that the ultimate investment that a human can make in themselves is themselves.
Right.
My wife will never go for it. Well, then let's get your wife on the phone and let's let your wife talk to my wife and how I've changed her life, how I now have a better sex life, how I have better time management, how I am more secure with myself, how I can be, like I will be the savage, but I'll be also a goofball with my family. How, you'll see me doing videos. Ray Care, Navy SEAL, you can't post videos of you playing games on your wife. Why? That's real. The project has taught me this. If you want to be successful in life, you have to be real. Yeah. I'm not going to be this fucking charade, acting like I'm something I'm not. And when you realize that you have to put other things before yourself, except for my why, you're going to be so much more successful. And what's also so great about this is like-minded motherfuckers that are here. And we have everything.
Yeah.
We have white, black, Asian, Mexican, Spanish. It doesn't matter. The one thing that we all have in common is, number one, we realize that we're fucked up, because a real man realizes that no matter how squared away he is, he's fucked up. Number two, I have so much more room for growth. Number three, I will be a mentor, but I will be mentored. And number four, once I get to wherever it is I think I want to be, that's just a check in a box. I'm looking for another one. Like, that's where I come up with it. You used it yesterday on me, you dick, with the attack the hill. Yeah. Attack the hill, which we can talk about. I literally control the ascent and I control the descent versus letting it control me. And then once I get to the top of the symbolism of the top of that mountain is my objective or my goal, taking a breath. I'm not sitting here stroking myself too long. I'm looking for another one, because that's what real men do. We're constantly looking for challenge. And the project does that. I am never satisfied, because I'm not, listen, there's no such thing as perfection. There's only progression. I am progressing. I'm climbing up that fucking hill every day, and I'm getting better. And it's not easy. I fuck up all the time. Trust me. Boy, I've had a couple of conversations with Bedros where I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get fired. He's like, I'm not going to fucking fire you, dude. I'm just teaching you. And that's what I love. And I accept it.
It's what you guys say on the gym out there. It says, never peak. The best is yet to come. Love it. Yeah, right?
What was the word? Hold on. Let me pull up the word that I learned from you today. Malacca.
Number one in all of the world.
Malacca.
So that's the project, and if men are out there, let me tell you something. Those are things that things like the base reconnaissance course, recon indoctrination platoon, selection, buds. These things teach you a lot about yourself.
Yes.
And it's not all, everybody's like, well, it's all physical. It's physical, but it's in the same way. It's physical in a way that to get you broken down, to strip away all the bullshit to see who you really are when things get really tough.
The mental and emotional is what really takes its strain on you, because we have to peel back the barriers that you've built. That's what the physical's doing. We're chomping away at it. That's the symbolism of it. And most men just think, oh, I'm going to go to Buds and I could do this and I don't need to do this. I can do a Tough Mudder. This is not a fucking Tough Mudder.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of tough guys go through our courses and not make it.
No, because they're one-dimensional. They think that in order to be a savage, you just need to be physically tough. You couldn't be farther from the truth.
Yeah.
You have to be mentally and emotionally. That's where you have to be a fucking...
Yeah.
I was going to say just a savage. That's where it comes into play. I'm not the biggest, the strongest, and the fastest guy. But the thing is I just won't quit myself.
Yep.
I mean, I have no plan B.
So how do